Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the Captain Sim 767 freighter version. So I guess this was one of the last releases for P3D by Captain Sim. A bit of a bummer also in terms of release because they never included the animation for opening the cargo doors, or the main cargo door. I think you can open all the other cargo doors, but not the main one, which I think is very kind of cheap of them to not release that animation. I mean, you already have the animations for these ones, right? Couldn't you just have added something? But yeah, who knows? So unfortunately, no cargo door animation, so we won't be able to open the main one. At least there's no wrong kind of what would you call it? The inside, right? Maybe this though. I doubt the cargo version would have these. Maybe it's a converted one, right? But yeah, so not as good as the 757 in that regard, actually. If we're gonna be a tad bit critical. But it does have the, and now I'm trying to think so I don't say it wrong. I think it does have the GE engines. I'm gonna check quickly. Captain Sim 767 P3D. So it should be the GE engine. That's the that differs from the other version. So you have the CF expansion, which comes with the GE CF680 C2 engines, which we have here. And I also think I have a sound pack for this plane, or should have at least a sound pack, because that's also not included, right? Which is at least what I find a bit crazy. So I had to find a sound pack that I bought just to get that. And let me check what it's called. So for those of you who are wondering, and I think I have it saved on my drive with all the different. Let me just see, it's being a bit slow. So the sound pack I bought. Yeah, it's being really slow now. I don't know if it's the internet acting up. Well, let's have it load for a while. While we wait, we could check maybe what the GSX situation is with this plane. So let's see if we customize the aircraft. I didn't know we were a cargo plane, so that doesn't bode too well. Let's have a look at the different settings for GSX. I know I've done it a couple of times, but it's always good. Door with open. Without, I usually go without just because, you know, that avoids any kind of issues. Let me see, do I have it open? Now I got it working. So the pack I have is the TSS pack for this, for the engine sound. And I think I have a freeware one as well for the kind of inside sounds, APU, those sort of things. But yeah, let's customize. So passenger door 1, as you can see, totally off. Luckily with the GSX it's pretty nice that you can change it relatively easily. So we can do that. We should have a cargo door here, which we can customize as well in the 3D editor. Unfortunately, we can't open it though, but I mean, apart from that, it's I would say it's still worth at least placing it, right? Something like that. That looks better. And then we can check. So we don't have a PAX 2 door, right? We don't need to put the GPU, that's not so important now. Cargo 1. Let's check where this one is placed. Almost in a good place. So some of these are kind of, I'm not sure how it finds these or if there's some basic model already, but yeah. Okay, let's see now. Okay, now it looks pretty okay. Let's check these packs 3 and 4. We do have this one as well. Let's do without the open and close. Yeah, very weird placement for that door, to be honest. Let's see if we can get it aligned. Ish. Should do the trick. But yeah, and that's basically it. Now it should be saved. What you then do is you just restart GSX and then it should work. But yeah, what else? So we're flying Walker Air today, the 767 by Captain Sim, and we're going down to Munich. We're flying from Amsterdam Schiphol. We should be able to see maybe some of our other virtual airlines. There's nothing for Walker Air though, so that's a bit of a bummer. But who knows? There's still time to develop an AI pack for Walker Air. I guess the thing that will take the longest is not only the flight plans, but just painting the models themselves. But maybe that could be done. But yeah, time would be the key. Let's jump inside. Nothing too specific. The flaps were acting up a bit. Looks same as the normal version. Let's see how it looks in the front. Yeah, same. You can see the tip. Not sure you can see too much else. Potentially the... yeah, okay, not even the wings. So yeah, a bit of a... because I consider the 767 otherwise, their base product as a really good one. Like probably they're one of their bests, apart from the VNAV being all weird. But so yeah, it's a bit of a bummer that they then decided to drop the ball with this last one. We can connect, so we have the external power. We can start aligning. Align. We'll do nav. Put that on. The emergency lights. And I guess we could also do no smoking. Okay, those work. Yeah, we have at least the GPU connected. Let's see now if we get the GSX, if we can operate the stairs. We'll use Viggo, because why not? So let's see. Yeah, it seems to be the main. This seems to work somewhat nice. And here we should have these two vehicles driving up as well once we start putting in the cargo. Other than that, I don't think this is actually, I'm gonna be very honest, this is the first time I'm flying this aircraft ever. Because I got it when it was the sale, right? But then I kinda left it, I never used it. Mainly because I knew about the door thing, so it didn't feel like the best aircraft to fly, because I would always be thinking about that, right? But I mean, apart from that, it's still a 767, right? So a nice aircraft in that sense. We have a fast IRS alignment time, so that kind of explains. And we have low default panel states. We could put all of these information in because we have that from Walker Air. So 0 fuel should be 3037. Max 0 fuel weight is 295. My god. Did I pick the wrong version? Let me see. It's probably just a differing in the what's it called, in the sim brief profile, right? So let's see, we have 300F, so we only have one version, so we are on the right aircraft, but I guess we'll just have a different zero fuel, because this one does not have a profile, at least not what I can see. Let's see if we can edit the sim brief profile to try and take that into account. If there's like an airframe specifically made for this one. Use current time, yes. So I'm basically editing it now here, checking if we do have flight factor. The flight factor one might be similar, so let's see if we generate based on that one. You would think they use similar information, but sometimes they do differ, right? Yeah, look at that, also giving up too high of a zero fuel weight. So maybe we can be a bit conservative. Let's oh, we don't need a freight amount. We can do auto and then generate. Let's see how this will work. We can then reload after we've generated it. We can reload it in the Captain Sim. So we can reload the flight plan. And now we should have a more reasonable zero fuel, so that's good. Or at least a reasonable one in relation to this aircraft. So 293 and 4. Did that work? 293 at... Maybe it's because it was on the wrong... that's odd. Let's do the fuel first. 29. We can do 29.8. Payload. That should be 95.4. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's interesting. Pax cargo. You can see the CF. Okay, what if we do a forward invalid entry? If we do max as the preset, we get nothing on the payload one. That's interesting. Can we put in... Okay, we can put it here, right? So cargo forward. So let's see how high we can go with these. Cargo aft. Okay, cargo bulk didn't work. We are getting this one up tiny bits. $45 seems to be the max we can go there. We still seem to be able to go a bit higher with the cargo here and there. So let's see how high we can go. Okay, that was invalid. Maybe, or yeah, invalid. 32, 34, 38. Is that possible? No, that's too much. So 37. Yeah, sorry for taking some time with this. I didn't know it. I thought you could just kind of put in the zero fuel, but it might be that I'm still too high. Let's see, 37.5. But I guess then 38 is too much. Interesting. So yeah, as you can see, we still have... I'm gonna try again, just to see if we can get this to work, but nope. Nada. 286. Which means I am gonna tweak the sim brief flight plan again, just to get that aligned. But yeah, so that's a bit annoying sometimes with these. The passenger version you can just put in the 0 fuel. I guess technically you could also do it here, right? But then you would, let me see for fun if I put in 287. Can I do 286.5? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I couldn't really tweak any of those. But okay, not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Now we should have aligned the stuff, so that's good. We have that ready. And I'm gonna just reload the Simbrief flight plan. Let's start also pilot to ADC. We can also open some of these doors, right? Because this one and that's interesting. The aft entry door doesn't seem to open either. Let's see, aft access door. That seems to work. I don't know. Maybe that's not either. Let me see if I do the aft entry on the right side. Nope. Okay, so that's a bit sucky, yeah. Some things are just not functioning, and I guess part of the kind of animation hiccup this aircraft has, or let's say animation deficiency would be the proper way to pronounce that. But yeah, that shall not get us feeling sad. We can still do the best we can with what we have. We'll request boarding. We don't need to attach the pushback tug. We can have the crew coming as well. Let's see how they align now with our new profile. Oh, it still wants me to open exit 2. So I must have forgotten one of these doors. Which one? I'm not sure. Could be like some interior door. Not the window. Oh well. But yeah, we can hide this one. And then let's get started on getting our aircraft ready, right? So I would go menu, FMC, identification, position in it, and route would be the first page. We're flying from Amsterdam down to Munich. We are flying from runway 18 left down to runway 08 left, but we don't put it here. That's my mistake. 5176 is our flight number, and we can basically start inserting our flight plan. And whilst we do that, I'm also gonna prepare. Look at that being a bit weird. I'm gonna import the flight plan through pilot to ADC. We'll close that. We should have the SID now and the star. So the main question is the approach. 08 left. Which one you go with, right? I'm gonna guess ILS, right? ILS must be the nicest. And we're coming in at, what's our final? So it's MIU, MIC, not MIU. So we can do that. We can load that approach. We can close. And then we can just change quickly here. So we would do the Boeing one I have. And then call sign. We change the call sign. And we would keep it as heavy, but we would change it to Walker. So we can save that and close. Now we have Walker. We can activate the approach. And I just do that so I don't forget. I guess the idea is that you can change it a bit until the end, depending on what runway, etc. you're getting. Now I'm not sure if that's the truth, but That's how I'm at least thinking of it. Why you even have this activate approach, which I don't think you had in version 2. And we can connect to the sim. Let's see how that works. Let's also see if we can get the same flight plan in P3D with our aircraft. For some reason it gave us a different flight altitude, so 37,000. I don't think that's the same as we had. I'm not gonna say it's wrong. Should be fine, 37,000. But we had 33 according to the other one. But oh well, small differences. But yeah, as you can see, a pretty reasonable flight plan.
Arriving and departing runway 18 right, 18 left, 18 center.
Let's remove that so we don't have to listen to it. I do tend to forget it on. So we'll do that. We'll do rend. We'll do routes. So Edupo and then Zulu 739. Which doesn't seem to be in the database for some very odd reason. Let me see, Miss Zulu 739. Are we sure? Zulu 739. I know it was. God, it was me who wrote it wrong, right? Misco, and then direct to Tivun. Pretty sure I've flown Tivun before. Sounds very familiar. Doden and Tabum. And then after Tabum we have Harem. That's a funny one. So Harem, and then after Harem we have T104 to Rockhill. Now we should not have any discontinuities as long as everything is correctly set up. So ILS 08 left, we're doing the Rocky 1 A star. Our trans is the MIC Q, and this should give us a, so that should be after Rockhill. So yeah, that's our flight plan. We can execute it. We now have it showing here. I really hate we can't zoom in here like you can do with the Mad Dog. It does get you a bit spoiled. We'll do init ref. Let's remember that it was 37,000 feet that we're going up to. Our zero fuel weight is 286.9er. And our fuel is 29.8 with reserves of let's actually check that. Or actually we don't need as much block fuel with we can keep 29.8, that's fine. That's a small mistake, right? Happens to the best of the fuel loaders. But in terms of reserve, 12.8. Cost index, the ZI. $139. Always have a hard time finding it with the version that Walker uses. Cruise CG. I think the quickest way to find these options, I mean it's not the cruise, it's the current one. And I don't think you can get it anywhere else, unfortunately. So 18.5, right? Takeoff, we'll do flaps 5. Not sure about the thrust settings, but let's check if we can find that. Sometimes they give that, right? with the sim brief, they have this kind of select here. Select the temperature DO 246, and then I guess we know the CG. Let's see what if it's 19, a bit lower, that makes sense. We get the speeds automatically. Not the best, not the worst, but yeah, could have been a really good aircraft to just put a bit more love into it. Let's see, temperature 6 degrees. Oh, that's kind of what we had as well. It's pretty warm. We have no slope because we're flying P3D. Well, you can have slope, but most don't use that, unfortunately. Let's put in a bit lower takeoff weight. Yeah, that's good. And basically we're ready. The nice thing about flying cargo, there's not that much to do. We can start closing all the different doors. I hope I didn't forget any. Okay, now they are also closing. So that's good. What we should do is start the APU. Utility buses should be on. The APU is down here. I'm just gonna put all on just to kind of ready. I know it's not the proper way to do it. The packs we wanna keep off. Then I'm gonna put this to get the isolation valves to get the APU going. God, now I always forget if it's the red. I think it's this one. So that and white. Position is, I guess, the strobe. Not the red one. Again, with that rejected takeoffs, we don't forget. Should have the APU started soon enough. A bit sucky though that there is not a single other aircraft here. You can see a Fly UK aircraft though in the background, so that's nice, that's cool. There's not that many. It's not that many at all, actually. Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay, 24 aircraft, yeah, because I lowered it so much. But oh well, maybe better for the frame rates. Let's talk to ground control. Walker 4003, heavy. We're ready to copy IFR clearance.
Walker 4003 Heavy is cleared to Echo Delta Delta Mike fly the REN to Echo departure with the Echo transition then as filed. Expect
we have the
departure
APU
runway
now.
18 left. Flying to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Skiffle departure on 118.07. Squawk 3152.
3152.
Heavy is cleared to Echo Delta Delta Mike fly the REN 2 Echo departure with the EDDM transition, then is filed. Climb to flight level 060 via the
there
departure.
We go.
Expect higher
I'll put on the
clearances 2
TR
minutes
already
after
so I don't
departure.
forget.
Skip haul departure on 118.07.
Cutting some corners.
Squawk 3152.
What was the
Walker
1024?
4003 Heavy rear back correct altimeter 3024 contact skiffle ground on 1 to 1.55 when ready for pushback. Enjoy your morning.
Altimeter 3024 ground on 121.55 Walker 4003 heavy.
I changed it now to
Walker
European.
Altimeter 3024 altimeter is 3024 Walker 4003 heavy.
Let's see if it changed now to the metric feet. I hope it will soon though. Okay, nothing too much else. Trying to think if there is anything, but nope. We can do prepare for pushback and departure. Let me just check. We're going to 18 left, and we are. That's 24. 18 left is quite close, so we just have to taxi for a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, so everything is kind of being readied up. We can also actually disconnect the external one. Let's see if the fire thing is working. Yeah, it's working. Walker 4003, ready for pushback. Forgot the heavy.
Walker 4003 heavy pushback approved.
Pushback approved Walker 4003 heavy.
46 in terms of trust. We can select temp here, right? I think so. Okay, here, right, for 29? Thought I put in 46, but maybe that makes sense. Okay, we'll keep that as our takeoff limiter. In terms of anything else, we need to do the standby one as well. We should also do the one on the other side, but I'm not gonna tweak with that now. They should really have had a EFB here. On to R.
Release parking brakes, please.
Let's just have a look. It's a beautiful looking aircraft. Captain Sim always did very good exteriors.
Release parking brakes, please.
The release parking brakes.
All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Oh no. Now I almost forgot to start the most important part, the flying itself. The flight tracking system that will give us the. Okay, let's see. Now that was close. Good. And we are able to now do the engine start. Good. Good God, that was close. Okay, let's start the engines. Yeah, the values are increasing. I'll give it some fuel. So it's the right engine starting now. We don't have any winglets on this version, so that's good to keep in mind. Let's listen to the engine sounds a bit. Sounds pretty okay. Since the sound pack was more expensive than the aircraft itself, it better be okay. Bless myself. Let's give a speed here as well. Something reasonable. Okay, I think the right engine has started. We can start the left one. Let's have a look from the outside perspective. Looks pretty nice. Give it some fuel. Oh, seeing some smoke. But it's definitely starting. Spinning faster and faster. Very nice spin effects with this one. And let's see what else. One thing I also like with this cockpit, and that's good to mention, I have a mod, right? So it's not the one that looks like it's been bush flying in Australia. It looks a bit fresher. and a bit lighter as well. Yeah, parking brakes. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Okay, let's see what we get in terms of taxiing.
Walker 4003 heavy runway 18 left. Taxi via taxiways Romeo, Alpha, Alpha 10.
Okay, so a bit of
Bravo,
ping-ponging, but
November
nothing
2,
too bad.
Echo 6, hold short runways 27, 18 left.
Runway 18 left. Taxi via taxiways Romeo, Alpha, Alpha 10.
I'll just
November
interrupt
2,
the push
Echo
button.
6,
Oh,
hold short
Jesus.
runways 27, 18 left. Walker 4003 heavy.
That was that was intense. But I guess it was because it was holding up the front. Hopefully it didn't break. Doesn't look like it broke our front gear. Not that this one has failures, but goddamn. Okay, let's see. Packs off, bleeds off, so we can put the plaques. And bleeds. We can shut the APU one. We can put on the taxi lights. And that should be about it. We can arm the auto throttle. Prepare. Go to flap 5. 417. So we can prepare the trim. So not too high of a trim setting. And we can release the parking brakes. Okay, let's see now. How much thrust will we need to get this bird moving? And let's see what we see on our path to the runway, if we see any nice aircraft. The only thing I don't like is I need to fix the default. Something like this might be good for the default view. So I'll find myself moving it all the time otherwise. So yeah, now we're taxiing. I mean, I usually do move it quite a bit anyway. What do we have there? Another Fly UK 737. Don't think they are PBR, those ones, but I need to have a look at some point. Yeah, we have seatbelt signs on. The taxing isn't too best, isn't the best with this one. It kind of just speeds up, no matter how low you go. And here we can see when I've been flying Atlantic Sun, I've usually been starting on this apron. I think it's the A1, something like that. To be honest, I really don't know what it's called, but I know that gate numbering is A, right? Okay, so we'll turn a bit. Yeah, we're going way too fast. Way too fast. Let me slow down. And turn.
136, hello sir, Whiskey 5, runway 1 center, taxi to gate, Delta 3.
The taxing is a more important thing than you think of, in the sense that it really kind of sets the tone of your flight even before you are flying, right? So if you're really kind of flying like an aircraft such as this one, right, and you have a bad taxi experience, it's like, how is the rest of the flight gonna go?
Kenny 2551, after crossing the runway, the first right after Delta, contact 12170.
And I do find myself this, I do fly more often the better, well done aircraft. And I do more often find myself thinking like, god damn, why did I spend money? Even if I bought a high fidelity add-on that I don't fly that off much, but it's good, I still feel like it's not a waste of money compared to if I buy something that I really want to fly. Because I like the aircraft, but it's a bit lower end. Kind of like the 767. I really like the 767, but basically we have Captain Sim and then we have Flight Factor, where I've heard kind of similar. I mean, of course, it has some nice things like the 400 ER. It's pretty nice setup on the inside, etc. In terms of having the modern avionics, but the systems are also quite barren and problems with VNAV, etc. So I don't need to have that again, so to speak. Yeah, it's really empty, this airport. Are we sure there's... Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We lost basically all the traffic when I... Let me see if I can restart AIG. I should have pressed it. So we'll get traffic, but it will be a while. Yeah, it's not working the best now, AIG. Weather radar, etc. Do we have that? Yeah, we do. But is it set? No clue. Let's turn here. Let's keep our eyes peeled if we can see any aircraft that we might recognize. Nothing here. We don't wanna crash. Yeah, this one is quite fickly to move. Here's the... Let me make sure I just press the buttons. Now we have weather radar on. But yeah, really no aircraft. What do we have in? We have a 777 UK 820. This one could just be up in the air, right? Yeah, give me some aircraft, give me some life. We did miss our turning point. It was supposed to be this one. But oh well. Actually, there is the 777. Let me just change to the ordinary. We'll turn on the next one. And funny enough, I think the 767 is one of the smallest wide bodies. I think the A310 might be smaller, but apart from that one, which is basically, I really don't like the A310. I think it looks awful, but yeah, apart from that one, this is the smallest you have. And let's see, we are losing a bit of frames now. I know this one is a bit of a frame rate hog. But do we have even more traffic? No, not really. So no clue why we're losing frame rates there. Let's start all the lights. At least those should work pretty well, as you can see. Looks kind of realistic. That's always a bummer, right? When you have someone where you're like, damn, you're doing this really well, implementing the lights, etc. But then, yeah, the rest ain't up to par or pair.
Heavy cross runway 27.
Cleared to cross runway 27 Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, we got clearance to cross the runway. That's good. That's good. Yeah, now we got a lot more aircrafts. Look at this. PH, that must be KLM, right? Not sure if we can see them. But yeah, there we go. Now we can see the traffic. That's always nice. Oh, AIG. I've been thinking of upgrading, changing to Ultimate Traffic Live and just, you know, going through all the sim objects, just adding them all in PBR. Even though it's like old and it won't really align, I mean, if it works, it works. Plus you can limit that on the top end of how many aircrafts you want in any place. So let's say you want max 40, 50, but then you make you want to have 100% in the smaller airports, you can do that.
Walker 400
So that's one of the good
heavy
things.
contact Schiphol Tower on 119.22.
Tower on 119.22.
Yep, getting the
Walker
tower handover.
4003 heavy.
Let's see, rejected takeoff. Yeah, we have trim. Flaps are set, so that's looking good. Walker 4003, ready for takeoff. Once again, forgot the heavy. Doesn't seem like they care about that though. What are we waiting for? Let me try again. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff.
11705. Holding Bay Welling,
It's registering our.
Walker
Oh, now we go.
4003 heavy winds are 188 at 7 knots. Runway 18 left cleared for takeoff, squawk 3152.
Runway 18 left cleared for takeoff, squawking 3152 Walker 4003 heavy.
I think you're supposed to click trust. Oh, there we have an airplane landing. So let's move quickly. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the runway we crossed, so we don't wanna end up crashing into each other, right? One thing we do want to have started ASAP is the LNAV. And then let's see, now we'll stop. Make sure everything's looking quite okay. Yeah, it's looking good. I'll put in trust. So let's see if it goes to Toga. And we are at Toga. There we go. Okay, airspeed is alive. Check. 120 knots. Check. Oh no, what happened with the auto brakes? Rotate. Okay, and let's see. Can we get off? Took a bit of a while. Maybe we're a bit heavy. I'll do the gear up. Let's do VNav. And let's stow the flaps, etc. Okay, and we can really climb much higher. Let's see, we need to trim it out a bit and to pull back quite a bit otherwise on the yoke.
Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 150.
The Netherlands, or truer Netherlands, is really the best looking photo reel in this game. You also have it in winter, right?
Flight level 150 departure on 118.07 Walker 4003 heavy.
150. We have that set. Just look at it, it's yeah, it's very, very pretty. Okay, let's focus now.
Departure Walker 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 150.
Walker 4003 heavy, good morning. Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 230, contact Amsterdam Center on 119.17.
Climb and maintain
230.
flight level 230 center on 119.17 Walker 4003 heavy.
Look at that, we're climbing like a rocket ship. God damn.
Center Walker 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 230.
I feel like it's giving
Walker
us a bit
4003
crazy
good morning.
speeds. So we're soon gonna be above 10,000. We should actually turn off these lights for that reason. Oh, we don't have the... Is it because... There we go. That's why I've been flying... I've been flying based on the totally wrong settings. Sorry about that, guys. Forgot that you have to click the flight change, then you can engage the VNav. At least we got up high very quick. Let's try to trim it now back again. So we can maintain a proper pitch up altitude. That looks good. We can now put on the autopilot. VNAV speed, we're going up 37,000, so I'm just gonna put that in already because that's what we're going for. And we will end up at that point. And we can turn off the lights because we're above 10,000. We can also go back to the standard barrow. We should have put on the clock. Forgot to do that. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks very good. Let's see what I had for my... Maybe I can do a nicer thumbnail, right? Kind of like when the planes start climbing, it always looks very neat. Okay, let's see, we're a bit... There we go. We can do the same with the standby altimeter. Should have died much earlier, I guess, at the transition altitude, but oh well. We're at flap 0. Stowed. Spoilers, that's good. Let's have a look at the VNAV options. Economic speed. Is that really the case? Let me not zoom out, let me think about it. I think maybe better with a lower one, so 0.81. Because that should hopefully decrease the chance of overspeeding, because we're going quite high, 37,000. This one did have the... So yeah, some things that are very nicely implemented. We are still climbing. Are we following our track? That's one of the major questions we should be asking. Does look correct. We are going inland, so to speak. Just look at this. It's very, very kind of beautiful sights. Germany won't be as pretty. It's just the Orbex regional.
Heavy climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310. Walker
310.
4003 heavy.
Still doing VNAV speed. Let me see if it's climbing way too fast, way too fast. Maybe the vertical speed can help a bit. But we are on track, so I'm not sure. Let's get up to a specific speed. Maybe we can do the flight change, because then it should keep the speed we select. There we go. Now we're once again gaining some speed. Now look at that, getting some contrails. Okay, 23.7. Speed is rising. Let's have it rise a bit quicker. Still feel it's a bit too slow. Let me try though with the VNAV, see what it suggests. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's do the flight change, or whatever it's called. Let's climb with the 270. Speed of 270 should be good. So yeah, it's it's not perfect. Some issues. Here we have the two pilots chilling in the cockpit, or working frantically against their Captain Sim aircraft. Yeah, it just looks very nice. Any airports here close by? Trying to figure out which cities these are. Breda, something like that. Eindhoven, are we gonna fly over that? Here we have an airport. Looks like a default one though. Do we have any good viewpoints from kind of the plane's perspective? Not really. Move out from those. Do we have any nice ones for... we have the upper. This one is totally a waste. I rarely use this, and that one's placement was pretty atrocious as well. Let's see if we can get maybe something nice. Something akin to a EFB maybe. This one is a bit tricky because the windows kind of bend down. So yeah, not the easiest to place. If we zoom in though, then it should be a bit easier, right? Something like this maybe. This should work, sort of. Easy preset position. Let's hide this one, see a bit how it looks now. Yeah, that seems reasonable. And I'm wondering if it's better to be on Mach or on speed once we get up. Because the thrusts can't really be trusted with this one, so we're probably gonna be overspeeding back and forth.
Walker 4003 heavy, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370 Walker 4003 heavy.
That voice wasn't too good either, the ATC one. I should check which ones are a bit... I do like the variety though, but that sounded very robotic compared to some of these other voices. And we're still able to climb relatively quickly. We have the climb function set. Let's see status. Nothing in particular. That one should be on.
Walker 4003 heavy, contact Langen center on 118.75.
Center on 118.75 Walker 4003 heavy.
Around 44 minutes remaining. Maybe we can keep IS, so if we do speed.
Center Walker 4003 heavy, climbing to flight level 370.
Then we decrease a bit.
Walker 4003 heavy, good morning.
Decrease a bit the vertical speed. Maybe even more, maybe we can do 1200. But good, I'm gonna trust that this will work. You can see now we're changing into Germany, so not as pretty, it's still pretty good. It is a pretty nice regional one. And I am gonna... let me see, do I need the one here? Maybe I could give like a good viewpoint from the back. What do we have? Well, we do have the jump seat, right? I guess people would sit here. Yeah, not the best though in showcasing what the situation is. But I'll leave it at this and I'll be back in a jiffy.
Delta 56, speed 250. 56, speed 250. Delta 56, descend level 70. 56, level 70. Europa 1091, descend level 70. Descend level 70, Europa 1091. Europa 1091, approach 11205. 11205, Europa 1091, follow. United 909er, full approach, 11205.
Okay, the captain is back. Let's yeah, look at this. It looks pretty okay for non-photoreal, but not yeah, nothing close to it. Interesting though, because I have a lot of airports in Germany, but that's the only place where we don't have photoreal. Well, Ireland as well and Norway, but oh well. Benefit is that it looks better once you get down low. But yeah, one thing I wanted to show you guys that I totally forgot about with all the other things happening early on. Let me just see if I can find it. It is here we go, sim market. So there was a lot of new releases, right? First off we had Monastir and Crotone. Let me see if there was anything else from P3D. We can start with Monastir. So this is an FSDG update. Looks pretty good. I won't buy it because I have the FSX one, which looks awfully similar. Maybe it doesn't have the same dynamic lighting and stuff, right? Which I'm gonna guess is... Yeah, I mean, look at the... This is definitely just, you know, they took the old one and and pushed it out. The one from the Holidays airport. Let me just check quickly how long we have. Tower descent 80 nautical miles. Quite similar to what we have with, yeah. So we have some time. Then Crotone was released, which I also have a freeware one. And these kind of airports are always fine, because if you have a freeware alternative, you really need a good one, like Orbix level, at least for me usually. And this one looks a bit... It's okay, but is it that much better than the freeware? Not sure. But then the cool thing that was released, the Antonov AN124, and I already got this actually. But and the only reason why I haven't flown it yet is because I'm contemplating switching out the FMC with ISG gauges, or I might do a flight with the default one.
Heavy, good morning.
But yeah, looks pretty good. Let's put it this way. It's a nicer plane to have than the Antonov Miria because that one is such a niche one. So this one you can do some ops, you have some nice liveries. Unfortunately, it's not, I would say it's not as good. It like the logic and everything is kind of the same as the Miria, so it has the same kind of system depth. But there's some things that are just not as well implemented. If I'm not, I think like the textures someplace I'm not sure this is the best. But I'm of course very happy to have a, let's say, mid-level AN124. That's the best I think we've ever had in flight sim community. So big shout out to Fly Free STD and also for them for continuing to develop. Now if they could just get like an IL-70, what is it, IL-76, right? Or maybe one of those IL-86, that would be amazing. But I'm not gonna complain. Definitely gonna do this Maximus one, that's like Dubai based, right? That will be fun. Also flying there, let's see, I think they had a Libya version. So that's this one, right? So yeah, some very interesting planes. Or, not in plurals, but a very interesting plane. I think it's the 100 model. And I guess retrofitted with FMC. I doubt it had one originally. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. So yeah, moving down south. The only thing you know it's a more kind of thought through the regional is just because it has more variety. But it does have this ugly way of showing buildings. It doesn't even look good from above. Ah, land class. Land class wise, still think X-Plane beats P3D. What do we have there? Looks like an airport, right? Could it be the one we're going to? Probably not. that one would be still some miles away, but it could be something like, trying to think now, not Nürnberg. What would it be? Yeah, that's the $1,000,000 question. Okay, let's see. Around 80 nautical miles. Let's have a look at the chart, Fox, see what we need to do, what we need to prepare for in terms of a landing. This far, it's been flying relatively good. It changed to Mach, so it did slow down a bit. Let's see if we can increase it and what happens. So approach 08 left. We have the ILS. Here we go. 1095. So let's put that in. And we can do auto, but let's do so 1095. Let's put that in with the Logitech. Then I also wanna check, where did I put it? The chart, there we go. The course 180. I also do that manually. And then apart from course, we need to know what's the so this must be at least C or D class, right? Maybe it can do C. Let's just do D to be safe. So 169 or 1636 to be exact. And the question is, of course, how high can we go? We can't go too high, so it's going to be 169 above the ground. So we
Walker
have that.
4003 Heavy, expect the ILS approach to runway 08. Left with the ROK 08 transition at Munich Airport, maintain flight level 370.
Expect the ILS approach to runway 08 left with the ROK 08 transition.
I wonder how the AI voices sound. Do they sound better than that? I think that's pretty damn good. I mean, apart from that, they always sound the same. It sounds very fluent. Okay, we should soon start descending. Looks pretty good, we're still maintaining speed. We're gonna try VNAV on the descent, but before we do that, I just wanna make sure we are getting this right. Speeds and everything looks correct though, so VNAV should work. Let's add a speed restriction as well. Maybe that will help our VNAV. We shall check, because that's the main, what would you call it? The main worry I have. Is this a bit low maybe? Can we go a bit higher? Maybe this is the best viewpoint to have for the captain. See, this looks okay. It's like fake photoreal, but yeah. And here's an airport. And this one does look like something I own. So which one is it? Now I'm gonna check by TDC. Where the hell am I? Is this Frankfurt? It is. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I couldn't recognize it. It's a bit weird with all these. But it's I think the shadows kind of acting up. I have too many of those. But they do make the game look a lot better. And there we have another plane. EasyJet, right? Yeah, looked like an EasyJet. Let's zoom out. God, that gets me all dizzy looking at that. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, we're not. Don't even know why I didn't check by TDC to kind of figure out where we're at. I thought it was a longer distance between Frankfurt and Munich. But oh well. Okay, let's see, how far are we still from the total distance? 40 nautical miles, and in Pi TDC we are around 10 nautical miles. Okay, it's a bit of a difference. We'll follow the. Well, we'll start it around some point after EHAM. We can start the descent. Let's have a look at Walker, how many people are flying right now. It's always a fun look. So here we go. Let's see. So we have us not flying online. That's VATSIM. Let me just change. That's an A320. This one 738. 738, A359, A359, E175, E319, A359, 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 my god, A3ST, A306, A319, CL6, okay, it's not A359, a lot of A359s. All of them here as well. A359. Yeah, that was 7400. It's probably someone playing P3D. A320, A320, 359, 359. Yeah, we don't have many steps left. Let's see if these ones are also. No, that's 777, 835. 748, A321, A333. Okay, so a bit of a variety. But the most popular one right now is the A359. And talking about that, let's see actually as well. Because Walker, one of the cool things is that they have stats on everything. Well, not maybe everything, but a lot of them. As you can kind of see when they have their peaks and their dips in terms of flight hours. And let me just check if you can see. So most flown aircraft last month, A320, 738, A2N, some of the Neo. So the Airbuses are dominating, and then the 777 and the 738. Last year the most flown aircraft was the 738, and then the A320, and then the 777, and the 300 by Inibus was quite popular as well, it seems. And all time 737, so the 700 model. It must have been popular when Microsoft Flight Sim first, when they released their first version for PMDG. And this month by far the A350 has been the most popular. It's crazy how. And you can even check, and let me just show you how it kind of looks there. So this is kind of their so you have all these different stats, right, showcasing. Let me just put it so you can see it. I noticed now it was a bit to the right. And then you can also check your own, right? So let's say your logbook, all your flights, the different ones you made, ledger, and then ratings, right? You can see how many flights you've taken with each aircraft. Like I've only flown once with the Neo, that was the Tolis. I've only flown once with the A321. I have not flown a lot with A320. I mean, I've flown a lot with different ones, right? Trying to figure out which one is my most popular. The Bombardier Dash 8, I've flown 8 times, that's quite a bit. Yeah, I guess I'm to blame for flying as well. The A320 Neo has been my most popular one. The Max 5 times, the 814 times. Yeah, I guess I'm guilty of the same. Okay, let's see, we're now getting the descent. I'm gonna start preparing, and yeah, this is not an Airbus, right, so we'll start descending at this double descent point. Let's check what we got in terms of maintain 370. For how long? Walker 4003 Heavy. Request flight level 100. Let's see if we can get a better flight level.
Walker 4003 Heavy, descent across
Yeah, there we
Rokel
go.
at or above 2,700 feet QNH is 1025 at Munich Airport.
Will cross Rokel at or above 2,700 feet QNH is 1025 Walker 4003 Heavy.
There we go. Okay, and let's zoom in here so we can see a bit this VNAV and follow it in real time. It's failed all the times I've flown with it thus far. The only times I've had success, I think, was with the 757 one time, and then with the 737 I've had multiple success with the 400 model. We'll do level 2 auto brakes. Should be fine. Let's put that one back on engines. Okay, let's see, we are reaching toward descent. It's jumping around a bit, so I'm a bit interested in seeing how this is gonna work. And if it's gonna work. Oh, we wanna do VNAV, right? So let's see. Oh my god, didn't even have VNAV selected. That's one way to do it. Okay, let's zoom out here. PGAB, we should be at 310, so it probably won't be that. Let's look though. Okay, look at that, it wants us to overspeed. Well, now it's kind of just following the red one, because we are descending, and that means we get more higher speed, right? Drag required. I don't wanna add drag yet. I wanna see how this one manages it itself. It's a bit tricky. Let's add a bit of speed brake. See if it helps. No effect thus far. They're really talking on the ATC now. Well, we're getting up on the yellow tape. So let's add a bit more. The risk, I feel like, if you add more, you just increase the chance that it will descend more, right? Because it thinks that it can do that, right? Okay, but look at that. We should now be at PGUB. We should be at... it should really throttle down, to be honest. Should be at 299. Okay, I'm gonna add the speed brake. Let's see if we can get it to settle a bit. Okay, we're now going for Levu 284 or DKB and then Levu, right? Okay, now it's aligning, so that's good to see. The speed is coming down. Let me decrease a bit the speed brake, see how it works. Looks pretty good here in South Germany. Can we see the Alps here and yeah, far away? I really want to fly to Salzburg, I think it's called, because I got that airport but I just never found a flight I wanted to do. It just looks really cool, the approaches, when I watched online. Okay, still looking good. Let's decrease a bit more the speed brake, as I just want to see how it kind of reacts without it. But that's good to know at least. Maybe the speed brake thing can help a bit at least. I've noticed though that usually the VNAV works fine, but once you get around 10,000 feet, that's when it starts getting wonky. Okay, we've now removed the speed brake. We're still descending, it's looking good. Still looking pretty good. We're maintaining around 260 knots. We still have some ways to go, 85 nautical miles. I haven't even looked at the missed approach procedures, but let's hope that it's fine. There's good visibility, almost no wind. 1025 in terms of altimeter. And we already got that altimeter, so that's good. Let's put it here on our standby. Okay, now it's pushing us up back to 312, which is fine, I guess. We don't want to go too slow. A bit weird though that it had a lower one and then a higher one. Let's put the standby one on the right so we remember that. Okay, we're coming down. As you can see, once we get lower and lower, it looks less bad when you have the regional package, the land class. So it's kind of a bit of an interesting thing.
Walker 4003 Heavy negative. Descend and maintain flight level 110.
Descend and maintain flight level 110.
Oh,
Walker
no,
4003
there we
Heavy.
go. Now it's starting again. It just, yeah, will always refuse to. I really hope we'll fix that. Let's see now. God damn! I really thought it was gonna work now, but the VNav is just nope. No can do. Yeah, that's a bummer always with this one. Let's see once we get to Buram if we can try to get it functioning. Might be worth a shot. Can't hurt at least. Okay, still nothing new. Walker 4003 Heavy, request flight level 027. Let's see if it works. Don't seem to be getting anything.
Walker 4003 Heavy negative. Your requested altitude is below the minimum for your route. Descend and maintain 2,900 feet.
Okay.
Descend and maintain
Oh, dude,
2,900.
2,900. Why not?
4003 Heavy.
I mean, that is the goal, right? Okay, let's try VNav again. Idle. Now let's have a look. It's this weird thing, it's the throttle. I think the VNav itself is working, the throttle just can't handle the VNav. Okay, still looking fine. Let's see. What are we supposed to be at? Magat. Okay, we're looking a bit too far. So Mick, 10,000, Rockhill, 12,500. We're looking to be on at the right speed. Let's see if it stops the speed once we get after Rockhill. That's gonna be the key. Unfortunately, even when you get close, though, you can see some of these oddities in the ground. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of land class, even with the regional one. It's better though this way than without, but yeah. We're gonna come up at 10,000 feet though, so let's do the landing lights. There's the airport, Munich. And we're basically at the final. That does look a bit weird though.
Walker 4003 Heavy. You are 25 nautical
Oh, it's
miles
because it
northwest
ties
of
to
Munich
that,
Airport.
then I guess then you can
Clear
just do
for
a
ILS approach runway 08
missed
left.
approach, right?
Contact Munich Tower on 120.5.
Let's
Cleared for
check
ILS
here.
approach, runway 08 left.
141.
Tower on 120.5 Walker 4003 Heavy.
Okay, it still hasn't slowed us down, so
Tower Walker
let's wait and see a bit.
4003 heavy inbound for ILS approach runway 08 left.
It looks like it's slowing
Walker
down us now.
4003 heavy, good afternoon. Continue ILS to runway 08 left.
So that's
call
good
when
news at
established
least.
on final.
Continue ILS runway
VNAV
08
and LNAV
left,
is
call when
activated
established
still.
on final Walker 4003 heavy.
And we're coming up on the airport. I think that was the lag as well, because it was starting to load in some of the buildings. Is this airplane a bit dirty? Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. I wonder if that's something to paint yourself, if it's included on the white paint.
Spider 525, preferred taxi, contact 118.75. 118.75, runner 525, next place. Speedbird 84 Whiskey, wind 240 degrees, 7 knots, runway 28, cleared land. Let's land, runway 28.
Okay, let's see now. We're getting to 10,000 feet. Now I'm very interested in seeing if it will start. Yeah, get back that those throttles. Come on. Throttle hold. Oh my god.
Charles 14 Yankee, cross.
Let's
runway
change the
34,
speed.
2,
I think the problem is could be that the
Walker
honeycomb Bravo
4003 heavy
somehow
slow to 280
interferes.
knots or less.
Wilco Walker 4003 heavy.
Let's change the vertical speed a lot. We're gonna get so many deductions with this. Hate the Captain Sim in this regard. Guess some sort of power plant. And look at this, trying to make this turn with this sort of speed is nuts. We'll probably be able to, but it's gonna be hard. Okay, let's see. Get that turn now.
Tower boarding 710 Delta 6 knots. Sorry, 10 Delta, roger, continue approach.
What do we want to be at? That so DO15, 8,200. Okay. So there's really no point in even descending further. In terms of speed, we can keep as is for now. Let's get back. Hopefully at least the LNAV will get us back on track, so we can make the turn. I'll stop using the speed brake for now. Nice, what's that? Cirrus Stratus clouds. Where's the airport? There it is. Yeah, we're coming. We are coming. Just quite a bit delayed. These things do make me not want to fly this plane that much anymore. I'll probably still do because I do like the 1067, but I do hope Fight Factor comes up with an update. I'm gonna get the Fight Factor one at some point because I do want to try the 400ER version, but I just hope that the VNAV and stuff like that works. I mean, they're still having trouble with 777, so that doesn't make me so reassured, but let's see. Do you want to have a cargo heat on? Probably something good to have on. Okay, now we're kind of on the final. I'll turn the lights on. Let's continue descending. Get the speed down. We wanna be at Magat at around 5,000. So let's see, at the next one, the 128 left, we're gonna be at 6,500. So actually taking that into consideration, we shouldn't be descending too quick. We should take it step by step.
Speedbird 84 Whiskey, further taxi contact 121.80. Bye-bye.
Since we don't have the VNAV. We have an in-up VNAV.
Stewart 1 Sierra Delta, wind 250 degrees, 5 knots, runway 28, cleared land.
Okay, we're turning on to final now. Slowly and steadily. We're still not at the 25 left. After that we have, what do we have? 5,000 feet. Above that at Magat.
Ryanair 16 Julius.
So let's put that in so we can descend. Let me check speed though. We want to be at 220 at the D136S. So let's pull that thrust back by pulling back on the throttle.
Ryanair 16 Julius Papa, wind 250 degrees, 5.
This must be one of the first times I'm also landing at the Munich airport. I really haven't utilized it as much, and it's one of the airports I remember the most from in real life. Once landing there, I think I came from, I'm trying to think where, must have been Helsinki, and it was just I just remember it because it was quite a clear day, so you could see you can't really see them now because of the some fog or whatever, but you could really see the Alps, and I just thought that was kind of amazing. Quite different from Sweden and Finland, which are quite flat. Okay, let's see now. Can we zoom in more on this? We can. Still descending, looking good. Let's do 200 knots. Is the speed brake armed? Now it is. We can soon start activating approach. Let's do it now, should be fine.
Jersey 1 Uniform Yankee, good morning, continue approach, wind 240 degrees, 5 knots.
We can have it going down to 2,700. What's the one after? According to this, 5,000. So I guess technically we should have put in 5,000 here. So that's gonna be the altitude we want to get to after a missed approach. Heading mode is correctly set at 80. We can drop the gear. Go to flap 1. We can really slow down. Go to flaps 5. We can actually do more. I think we can disconnect the auto throttle so I can take control over those. Let's see if we've gotten any landing clearance or if I bugged out by mistake. Walker 4003 Heavy, established on final.
Walker 4003 Heavy, winds are calm. Cleared to land runway 08 left.
Cleared to land runway 08 left.
Let's
Walker
add a bit of
4003
thrust,
heavy.
so we don't want to be too slow once we're still doing the approach. We did get ready quite fast, for better or worse. We can go to flaps, and we should actually, I should check the transition altitude. So we do want to change the altimeter to 125. We can go to flaps 20. Let's keep the same thrust setting for now. Go around, yeah, that makes sense, because we might need all of that in worst comes to pass. Yeah, I mean, when you're at this altitude, right, when you can't see it from the top, land clouds looks pretty good. Apart from, you know, some areas like this, it's not Yeah, not the best, but it's pretty good if you consider how old it is, right? Kind of like the solution before photoreal and photo, what's it called, the photogrammetry or whatever it's called, the one they use for Microsoft. Okay, no autoland. Are we on flaps full? Let's remove the autopilot. We can disconnect that.
Jersey 3 Golf Hotel, reduce final approach speed.
Jersey 3 Golf Hotel.
I feel like we're not on. Now we're getting some action. Maybe it was like the limitation. Okay, let's see now. We're a bit below. It's looking pretty okay. Let's change to a more. Let's keep that as our view. 141, that was our speed.
Liner 47 Whiskey Romeo, wind 260 degrees, 7 knots, runway 28, clear takeoff, roll now please.
We'll add a bit more thrust. We're a bit above now. So let's try to 500. Still looking okay. Now we're a bit low. Technically we can be a bit higher, right, because we're a bigger plane. There's no wind, so nothing to worry about in that regard. Now we're a bit high. Continue.
Jersey 3 Golf Hotel, wind 250 degrees, 7 knots, runway 28, clear land.
Clear land, runway 28, Jersey 3 Golf Hotel.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
A bit late.
Walker 4003 heavy exit runway when able. Report clear of active.
Let's go full on the reversers. Looking pretty good. We were a bit late there. Me trying to butter it, which one shan't or shouldn't do. That's how you get away that autopilot disconnect. I guess technically you can do it by just pressing the autopilot button on your yoke as well, aka the hardware yoke. Okay, looking good. You can start the APU, shut the lights. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi.
I'll call you back on that.
Yeah, just in case.
Walker 4003 heavy contact Munich apron ground on
Probably gonna want me to taxi to
for taxi clearance.
Ground on 121.77
a non-cargo.
Walker 4003 heavy.
And actually I'm wondering now, where are the cargo in this one, right? Where do they have terminal chart? Aerodrome chart maybe is the best one. So we came at 8 left. It's gonna be a long taxi. Crazy long. Yeah, maybe not that much. At least we have the APU running already. Oh, sorry about that. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. I don't think it got that message. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Okay, we got that. Taxi to stand 3.
Walker 4003 heavy taxi to stand 305 via Mike.
We
Alpha
should
8,
turn.
November 3, Delta 1, Oscar 2,
Small
Delta
mistakes.
6, Echo 3.
Taxi to stand tree 05 via Mike, Alpha 8, November, November 3, Delta 1, Oscar 2, Delta 6, Echo 3, Walker 4003 Heavy.
Walker 4003 Heavy
wanna
taxi to
cross
stand
all of this,
305
basically.
via taxiways Alpha 10, November, November 3, Delta 1, Oscar 2, Delta 6.
I shut Pilot ADC, but I think the voice was still spewing out his facts. Yeah, because we need to taxi a long way, quite a long way. On the right side, there is maybe some traffic here that we can look at. Okay, we're taxiing quite harsh in terms of speed. We touched down pretty well, 133 FPM, not the 150 that I'm aiming for with Walker, because that's when you get the butter one. I've gotten the almost butter 149, which was super annoying, but yeah, I was the 151, but yeah, not the best. This is, I think, the Simwings Munich, so it's pretty good. I think Simwings has a pretty high standard on their airports. It's not by any way the best I've seen, but they're quite held in quite high regard in the P3D community. And I know they have a sale now, so I'm thinking of buying Cologne or Bonn. It's between that one, Barcelona, and either Zagreb or Bratislava, I think. One of those I want to get. The question is which one. Okay, let's see now. So this is the first one, and I think we can taxi here. We can see there's another aircraft coming into land. A bit hard to see now when we're moving, but I think that was like a 737 or something. Okay, let's try the taxi. Let's see if that one is coming in our direction or not. Looks to not be coming in our direction, which is very good news. Or did it take off that other aircraft? No, it's coming there. There you can see it. Sorry guys. There it is. No clue what aircraft it is. It looks pretty big though, so maybe it is a 777. Could be. Or let me see, what else do we have? Yeah, some 777s, I think some of these are. We have an A220, that's cool. That must be a 777, it looks huge. Looks pretty damn big. Okay. But as you can see, there's some activity at this airport. There's some vehicles moving. There are stuff at different places, cars. There are animated people. So actually this one holds quite a high level. I'm just trying to think, because I think I have their Balearic Islands, and I'm not too big of a fan of them. So I think they have a bit of a variety in terms of what level they have. Sometimes it's quite high and sometimes it's much lower. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a Atlantic Sun 777. What? That looks very cool. And there we have another 777, if I'm not mistaken. You can see the top there. Actually, doing AI aircraft might be a good way to practice if you want to do paint, or if you want to paint deliveries, right? Because they're much easier to use one texture, right? Not as high resolution, so it's not as hit. You know, you don't. If something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. Probably won't notice it unless you're really close, which you usually aren't. Okay, looks pretty clear there. Looks pretty clear here. Let's turn to the right. And we'll just taxi Maybe we can stand next to the 777, assuming it is a 777, not a 747. No, look at that, it's an A380, that's dope. Parked it a bit interesting, but who knows. Maybe if they ever start doing the freighter conversions, that would be the place to park for it. Still doubt though that's gonna happen, just because, at least what I've read, right, it's just not an aircraft that's gonna be able to kind of take advantage of its huge size. Okay, it was never meant to be an air freighter, but you never know, you know. Maybe someone will try to convert it, see if there's a market. Which one is this? 902? No follow me needed. Let's park in here. So yeah, overall a pretty nice flight. Nothing spectacular, but I've seen worse. So let's try to brake. And put the parking brakes on. This one I added the PBR myself. It looks pretty decent. I think the only thing might be the night lighting. That's been the only thing I'm a bit worried about. How do they look when it's dark? I mean, now it's shut down, right? So it's not... But I guess some of them should have working lights, some won't. Okay, let's shut that. Let's maybe get the bleed working on the APU as well. Then we can check the PIREP. It was filed successfully and accepted, so that's good news. What we can then do as the last step is to just watch the landing. And we got a pretty good view. So as you can see, it meshes really well with the surroundings. That's one of the benefits of not using photoreal, because usually you might have to remove the airports photoreal, etc., or move the AGN files to the airport photoreal so they can show on top of them. It's yeah, it's not the best. So in terms of approach, that's fine. Maybe I mean, I didn't even think of the fact that I had the autopilot on for a while there, so it wasn't the best. But that was a bit further back, right? Not at this kind of final stage of the approach. We're also a bit high at the end. So I flare too early, right? I should just let it come down and then flare at the end. Now I'm trying to kind of gently get it down. We're basically gonna miss, yeah, like just about the last, not the end of the world of course, but would have been nice. At least we landed very nicely on the middle sections, that's nice. But yeah, could have been a bit better, to be frank. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this relatively long video, 2 hours. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Let's see, I'm hoping to try the AN124 at some point. Might not be the next few flights, but hopefully soon enough, when I feel like I want to fly some thick old Ukrainian / Russian bird. But let's see. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.